Hi everybody, it's Saturday and it's Cooking with John. So, of course, I rode my Peloton for like an hour and a half today after my cheesecake that I had last night for dinner. So that was pretty much my day. I painted all day today as well, did some running around. It was a beautiful day in Vancouver. So tonight I'm making meatloaf. Now, there's some really god-awful meatloaf out there, and God knows we all grew up eating meatloaf for sure. But this is a kick-ass meatloaf recipe that you guys are gonna absolutely love. It will restore your faith in meatloaf. Okay, so first thing first, don't use a loaf pan to make meatloaf in. All it does is just sit there and it sort of steams away, and then this great big pile of grease forms on it, and it's absolutely disgusting. So throw that away. So preparing a pan here, what I've got is a sheet pan with a grid mark on it as well. I've got a sheet of tin foil down below here for easy cleanup. Then I've taken a piece of tin foil, laid it on top, and perforated it all the way around with a knife. So what happens is the grease has somewhere to drain out of, and the meatloaf cooks on all four sides. So this is going to be really great. Okay, so in my pan here, I've sweated some onions and sauteed some mushrooms as well. What I'm going to do is just add a little bit of tomato paste to that, and some garlic as well. My garlic is right here in my awesome garlic press that I love. You know how much I love garlic, you guys, heaven's sakes. A little bit of salt and pepper in there as well, no big whoop. And you can let that go for about 30 seconds as garlic cooks as fast as can be. And that's all there is to that. So, there we go. Come on, everybody, into the pool. Okay, so now we got garlic. Alrighty, just stir that into there and let it do its thing for a second here. Now, one of the other things also is I've got my Cuisinart going here as well, is we're gonna make a panade. Now remember also we made panade the other day. It's a piece of bread torn up into little pieces like so, and a little bit of cream added to that. And just let this do its thing for a second or two here. Boy, oh boy. There we go. Okay, and a little bit of cream added to it as well. Now, there's something about the milk and the cream that makes it really succulent and absolutely amazing. Oh God, my Cuisinart's got a mind of its own today. Okay. That's a panade. That's all there is to it. Okay, so now we're gonna take our mushroom and onion mixture here, and we're gonna put it into the Cuisinart. Oh, it's so flavorful, you guys. This is just delicious. Heaven's sakes. Okay, that'll be good. Of course, my kitchen is the size of a postage stamp. Okay, so let that rip so it's nice and pureed. Turn the burner off here. And you just get this unbelievable paste like that. Okay, now, back over here for just a second here. I'm going to show you guys a couple of things here. I've got a bowl ready to go here, and about a half a cup of chicken stock goes in here with an egg. And what you want to do is whisk that together. Okay. Now, this is a really unusual ingredient, you guys. This is Knott's gelatin. This is what you make Jell-O with. And I've got a package here. We're gonna do a half a package on top of the egg, and we're just gonna sprinkle it. Heaven's sakes, why isn't it sprinkling? There we go. And sprinkle it ever so lightly across the top, and let it sort of bloom in the egg mixture as well. And that's about a half of the package there as well. There's something about the gelatin that really helps hold the meatloaf together and makes it absolutely wonderful. Now, in this bowl, I've got a mixture of pork, beef, and veal. This is your classic meatloaf mixture. It's absolutely amazing. And I sprinkled a little bit of baking soda on there as well, because it helps break up the meatloaf so you don't get that weird pebbliness that you get with meatloaf sometimes. So, okay, we're gonna mix our lovely mushroom and onion mixture here with the panade in it, and get that into the bowl here. Yeah, everybody into the pool. There we go. Okay. And then I'm gonna mix the gelatin mixture with the egg and the chicken stock. Now, clean hands, best tool in the kitchen. Gonna mix this all together until it just makes this lovely mixture here. Now, this is probably enough for two. I'm gonna make 2 different meatloafs because I'm gonna have one that I'm gonna have for lunch tomorrow. Meatloaf makes a great sandwich as well, by the way. So you've got this really thoroughly mixed stuff going on here, and it's absolutely lovely. Okay, so let me do this because I wanna make sure you get this right here. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make little balls here, sort of make them the shape of a football. And there's just something about this shape that cooks really, really well. And oh goodness, I've got enough for lunch and dinner. Okay, so I've made 4 here. I'm gonna have one of these for dinner, probably half of another one later, and that's all there is to that. Okay, so these go into the oven, and as you can see, they're gonna bake all the way around and be absolutely awesome. Now, let me wipe my hands off here because those are disgusting. Alrighty. Then those go into the oven for 350 degrees for about 40 minutes. You want the meatloaf to be a temperature of 160 degrees inside, and that's with your meat thermometer. Okay, so once it's done that, you take them out of the oven, turn your oven to broil, and let the broiler heat up and put the rack on the top shelf. You make a mixture here. I've got about a cup of ketchup, about a quarter of a cup of brown sugar, and then another equal part of cider vinegar. And I'm gonna warm this up on the stove until it gets nice and thick. And there we go. Now, this is optional, but you know me, I like something a little spice on it. I'm gonna add a little bit of hot sauce to mine and just let that warm up on the stove and do its thing. Now, what happens is, once the broiler's ready to go, you take half that mixture and brush it on the meatloafs when they're out of the oven. Then, return it to the oven for about 2 minutes, let it blister and brown and do all those gorgeous things. Take it out and do a second coating with this. It's just awesome, you guys. You will love this meatloaf, I guarantee it. So, these are going in the oven now at 350. Like I said, for about 40 minutes. I've got my handy dandy thermometer. This is the best thermometer, you guys. It works for candy and steak and everything. It's a really good investment. I've had it for years. I've dropped it and broken it and done everything you could possibly do to it. So that's my meatloaf for the day, you guys. Hope you're having a great Saturday night, you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.